Hello everyone, this is T Hunter. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I will be doing a simple look using the Morphe Ready Set Gold palette. So I'm first starting off with filling in my brows using the NYX Microbrow pencil in the shade Espresso. So once I have filled in my brows to my liking, I will go ahead and prep my brush with concealer. I'm using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn to just carve out my brows. Now that I have finished using the concealer to carve out underneath my brows, I'm taking that same concealer in the shade Fawn and applying it to my lid. And I will go ahead and use this as my primer for my eyeshadow. Okay, so now that I have concealer from my brows all the way down to my lids, I will go ahead and set this with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r setting powder in the shade Hazelnut. Just packing that on with a fluffy brush. I used to use sponges, but I've noticed that using the brush I have a bit more control over where the powder goes. That's always a win. Waste not, want not. So as I stated, today I will be using the Ready Set Gold palette from Morphe. Unfortunately, it looks like this palette has been discontinued. And I'm making that face because there's so many fingerprints all over it, but whatever. So I will not be able to give you the exact names of the colors that I used from this palette, but I'll just simply point to the colors that I'm going to be using for this look. So for my transition color, I'm going to start with this brown shade here. And I'm just going to apply that right underneath my brow. Not going over the concealer and the setting powder that I've used, but right underneath that. Once I have blended my transition color to my liking, I am going to use this darker brown to put that in my crease. Okay, so now that the transition and the crease colors are on, I am going to attempt to do a cut crease. So I'm putting concealer on my lid, and that's the same LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade of Fawn that I'm applying here to my lids. All right, so now that concealer has been applied to my lid, I am choosing this. It's kind of an amber gold shade that I will be using for my lid color. Now, before I apply the color to my lid, I am using my Morphe Continuous Setting Spray and just slightly dampening the brush so that the color will just really pop once I apply it to my lid. Okay, so lid color is done. I want to darken my crease a little bit, so I am going to use this. It's a dark brown, but kind of has a little bit of a hint of purple to it. So I'm just going to apply that in my crease just to add a little bit more dimension. Okay, so now that the eyeshadow is complete, it's time to move on to the face. I am using the Hydro Grip Primer from Milk Makeup. Just gonna apply a dab of that to the back of my hand and smooth that into my face. Prior to the primer, I did make sure to wash my face and I used the Clinique Dramatically Different Lotion. It's the perfect moisturizer for me. Now that my face has been primed, I am going to use my Il Maquillage foundation in the shade Woke Up Like This. If you haven't already watched my initial reaction and then full review videos on this product, please feel free. It's a great product and the company has excellent customer service. So ladies, if you're looking for a new foundation this summer, I definitely recommend Il Maquillage. So here I am just using a flat foundation brush and just blending in all of the product, making sure that I cover all the nooks and crannies, because we don't need any uncovered spots. After using my brush, I definitely go in and dab in any excess product with my beauty blender, just to make sure I'm completely covered before moving on to the next step. So after applying my foundation, I am going to make sure that I don't have any creasing makeup underneath my eyes before I go in with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r concealer. And this shade is, you know what, I forgot the number, so I'm just going to put it in the description box. I am spraying my beauty blender with a little bit of setting spray and setting my eyes. I'm looking up because I've been told that looking up helps to elongate the eyes, so this way I don't have any issues as far as creasing on concealer. Say that looking up helps to elongate the eye lines, and that is going to help so hard creasing with the beauty blender. I hate trying to make sure that I do a good job blending my concealer just to see creasing and lines underneath my eyes once I'm done. Now that I have finished applying my concealer, it is time to use my Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r setting powder in the shade Hazelnut to set it. I definitely don't need this concealer going anywhere. All right, and now it is time for highlighter and blush. I am using this Morphe blush palette. And for the highlighter, I'm going to use the shade Beat. Now, I always enjoy a more dewy look with my makeup, so I am going to use this Morphe Continuous Setting Spray and apply that to the brush before I go ahead and add the highlighter to my cheekbones. After blending in my highlighter, it is time to choose the blush. And I decided to do something new, and I'm going to use the shade Unapologetic. So now I am going to apply this blush to the apples of my cheeks. And I do apologize for the awkward smile. I still haven't learned that it's perfectly fine for me to smile in my makeup tutorials when I'm applying blush. Last but certainly not least, I'm going to apply some mascara. This is the NYX Curvaceous Mascara. So taking my time because I don't want to stab myself in the eye, or worse, I hate getting mascara in the whites of my eye. It burns pretty badly and it makes me look like a shark. So now to complete this look, I will be applying this nude color by Morphe in the shade Confess. And as you can see, I'm rethinking this decision. It is definitely a nude, so there's nothing popping, but what I will do is go ahead and apply some gloss. I'm using the ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade Champagne, just to give it a little bit more life. Okay, this is the finished look. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to like, comment, and become a subscriber to my channel, and share this video if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.